Good afternoon, Bob. Trade Genius, 29th of August. I'm going to blast through some charts here. And just to let you know, one of the things I like to do is sell credit spreads. I stayed away for a while because everything was so tight, and then they would have these lift-offs and just chew right into my my spread. But now, since basically the Facebook earnings announcements, the markets have gotten very choppy with bigger swings, and just gives us more opportunities to get better premiums farther out from the current price. And so last week, when we got overbought here, I sold a credit spread. I covered it this morning, and I'm just waiting now. Probably won't do any more for the rest of the week because we're going into the Labor Day weekend. I may put something on Friday late if they ramp it into the next week. But that first week in September is not always bearish, so a lot of people get caught short on that, and pardon the pun, and then you get some weakness into the second, third, and fourth week of September. So just FYI on that, it was just 40 million shares traded. This was nothing. This was simply a short squeeze. Got it to zero, but it could have legs the rest of the week. We'll see. Okay, GDX closed our dust puts out the spread. We had a good trade on that running for about a week or so. Actually bought Nugget puts. Looks like they're trying to create an inverted hammer here on gold, and I wouldn't be surprised if they try to knock gold down going into the long weekend, and then probably have to take that trade off because you just don't know what shenanigans can happen over a 3-day weekend. But I think it's an opportunity for a trade. Okay, VXX, obviously one of the mechanisms to drive the prices on SPY and NASDAQ to flat. So they did the same thing with financials, but it stayed red, and that's a good sign. I think financials are in big trouble, and I just can't imagine them getting any kind of bid. We talked about this before. There's just no area of their business that's growing other than Fed life support. Okay, UVXY. I did two things. One is I have a spread on for Friday, and it was a 30-29, and then I rolled it to a 30-50 credit spread, and we'll see if that's going to play out for me or not. Just kind of a hedge in case market turns the other way. But if it touches 30-50, or in the morning I wake up it's there, I'll just close that leg off. But what I also did, I also bought 30 strike UVXY puts for next Friday, and I'm doing that because I'm hedging some short NASDAQ positions on the futures. Here's the funding mechanism for the day. They're bidding Apple up ahead of their, looks like they're probably their announcement around September 9th is what I'm told. And that just basically lifted the market today. At one time, Apple was, I think, the #1 volume traded. Okay, gold came back, filled the gap, and then fell down below it. I'm thinking it's Tuesday night COP report. I'm looking for a raid, maybe into the employment report on Friday, and then probably gold will take off again. There's the Qs, the strongest of the bunch, primarily because they have the highest market caps. This barely made it to green. I have a call spread on this one right now for expiring for this Friday. It's the 139 141s credits, and I still feel very good about that, and we'll just have to monitor it. XIV, silver looks like gold. GDXJ looks like silver and gold. Facebook barely made it to VWAP and rolling back down again. Microsoft keeps wanting to climb up from breaking down from VWAP, but it's really not doing anything at all other than just moving in a really, really tight band. Here's Dust, and I'm expecting Dust to get a bit of a bid here next 2 days. You know, Thursday before earnings, employment reports are usually pretty bearish for gold. Gold's had a big run, so my expectation is 2 days. My only caveat is if we go to war, then that trade blows up, but I'll have a big NASDAQ short on anyway, so won't hurt me too badly. And that's why I do puts instead of shorting. There's Nugget, way out of its bounds, and I like to short those, and this rolled over. Okay, we're outside of my whole VWAP bound. This is above 10% above VWAP, and it's just a good place to short. My trend dots also confirmed it too, so I took the trade. I think after the oil reports today and tomorrow, probably be okay to get back into XLE again long, or Dust puts. I mean, not Dust, drip puts. I think we've had good moves in the miners. We'll probably have to settle back, and then I think we'll have our next explosion. It's TZA. Twitter double topping here. Here's NVIDIA. Again, these are just doing nothing. All they're doing is they start selling off, and then they use to squeeze the shorts. Here's UCO. We had a bail out of that trade yesterday, and when the market just didn't like the distribution between what's coming into the refineries and what's going out. I think that changes the next couple days. Another miner, AG. We took our profit at 7. Looking to get back in here, and then here, and then here. So I'm pretty confident that we're in a secular move again. Not sure it'll run away on me, but we'll see. But I have a lot of a lot of WPM anyway. Here's Netflix, just trying to hang around. So I actually took 1,000 share profit on WPM today, and then I'm covered with 1950 sold calls now for this Friday. That's 1950 strike, not 1950 of them, and so I'm fully covered right now. And in fact, you know, I have Nugget puts too. So I just think things are going to come back down. I would just love nothing more than for it to come down and touch the VWAP somewhere between here and here, and then be able to add back full position, and at the same time adding AG. It's the only thing I'm really buying share wise in the trading account. So I'm just thinking the miners are going to start moving. I think the dollar is going to remain in trouble. Tesla doesn't look that hot. They pushed it up, obviously, like everything else. But I just don't see how a business that can't make money is going to maintain a market cap at all. So natural gas looks like it's getting a bid. I just kind of stayed away because of all the craziness. And you got a shoulder here, you got a head here, you got a shoulder here. So either it busts this out and busts up, or it breaks down pretty hard. I'm just not sure where it's going to go. And so staying away from it for right now. So AEM's the same way. It's pushed all the way up, way above its VWAP line here. I'm looking for some settling back, and then next move should be a bigger move. Here's oil. Went ahead and did some day trading on oil in the futures market, and I hopped off for the report. I never seem to guess those correctly, even though there is kind of a method to the madness. They usually fade into it, but today they sold it down and then they brought it back up to almost zero, so it's given really no clue at all. And I think biotech's getting overbought here, and probably a good place to take a trade if you like to short it. I think this is moving higher because of all the reignition of a lot of closed fields, and but like I said, I stayed away from all the energy names here other than day trading it. This has been a nice steady move. I think a lot of people are still thinking that we have a reflation trade here, and looks like it's bull flagging one more time. We'll see if it breaks up or breaks down, but there's nothing that says short this right now. It looks like it's just stepping higher, but it's getting overbought too. Amazon went up today because they're basically turning Whole Foods Market into a non-profit, and for some strange reason that adds value to Amazon's market capitalization. I wish I owned a business like that. MOS still not going anywhere. Nice move today on Cameco. Bid the dollar up from the lows all day long, but still under VWAP. And I know a lot of people are waiting for this thing to get a rise, and I think it will get a dead cat bounce, but I just don't see how the dollar is going to maintain strength. Looking for FAS to roll over. When this crosses, I'll probably recommend a FAS put trade. We talked about energy, SCO. Here's Google. Not a whole lot of volume today. Just IWM strength of biotech, so I think that's kind of playing itself out. We sold off early, came back, but if this thing rolls back below this low, then probably indicative of what's going to happen with the rest of the miners. DVA still not getting anywhere. Here's Drip. I think you'll watch Drip here. I mean, if you want to short it, I'd probably wait for it to break the VWAP here now, and we'll see what the report does here in a couple minutes. Something must be wrong with my chart. Wheat is green, and Joe looks like sold down. This 17 area is usually a good place to buy it, and so if it breaks 17 again, I'd probably jump into it. I mean the big we. I'm not buying it. I have the ETFs. Okay, this stayed positive today. That's why it gave me a little courage to try to do a credit spread with UVXY, in case even if the market rises, it might, the way the structure of the contango is, it may limit the gains you can get shorting UVXY right now, at least for the next 30 days. SALJ again filled the gap and held, but I'm looking for this thing to come back down and then take off. But if it breaks this trend line here, then you got a breakout going. Uranium took off today. I stayed away from it. I think they blasted sugar. This is the funding source today with the yen. This is like, oh, we didn't go to war overnight, so we'll bid this thing down all day. Copper's been on a run. Here's corn. I have long corn futures for December. I'm doubling up my trade in September 15th, and or if my trend dots change. So just kind of waiting on it. Mostly a trade right now. They've defeated me. JJD rose primarily because of soybeans and wheat today. Here's BIS. Tech. Semiconductors. Real estate again. All this stuff does is just undulate back and forth. This was not enough for me to be interested in yet. Okay, they tried to push the 10-year up, gap down. I'm waiting for it's going to go below 200, and it will in the next 6 weeks. And then refi will be your last chance probably in your life. The VIX here stayed green. And the VVIX stayed green. So it's kind of a mixed bag on the short volatility side. And I think that's it. So Bob from Trade Genius, kind of a mixed bag, but you know, I'm kind of leaning for a retrace in the metals and miners. Had a nice run, made some good money. And I'm looking for the market to probably be benign till Friday, and then we'll see where it goes. But I think tomorrow and Thursday, you know, unless we retrace overnight tonight and go short again, then you know, pretty sure then going into the employment report, not going to be too much activity. News is the exception. Thanks. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.